We're ready to go on another episode of Across Louisiana here in Baton Rouge. I want to welcome Noel Thompson. He is with the Manship Theater Student Advisory Board. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Jason, for having me.
Okay, everyone is familiar with the Manship Theater. There's a lot of stuff going on down there, but what exactly does the Student Advisory Board do?
So the Manship Student Advisory Board is a group of about 40 students that we recruited from 18 schools across the Baton Rouge area and a couple city year volunteers. And what they do is they work on a project over the course of the year. It's a collaborative variety show that they're producing in March, and the funds from this show go to local groups. In the last few years, we've done autism-themed groups. So this year is Unlocking Autism, which is a local advocacy group for autism in Baton Rouge.
Okay, we'll get into the autism in just a minute, but it's a variety show, so and kids from different schools, so this is quite a collaborative effort.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and they're all bringing their own talents. So they're dancers. We have one student that's auditioning for American Idol, well into the audition phase for American Idol and performing for us. Monologues, scenes, it should be great. It should be really interesting.
And when is the performance and how much does it cost?
It's going to be March 2nd at 6 p.m. and it should be about $10. We have an $8.50 discount for students though. So.
Okay, and is this, do they self-direct? Just a little bit about the production.
Yeah,
let's do whatever they do?
So over the course of about 7 months, what they'll do is they'll come up with the theme, they'll come up with the name for the show, they'll come up with the running order of all the performers as well. So really, top to bottom, it's their show. And it's really the whole mission we're trying to go for is the fact that these students can use arts as a vehicle for social change in their community. And it's entirely up to them. I kind of guide them a little bit, but mostly it's all their production. So I'm just there to help out.
Okay, and you're teaching them to give back. You've got some city year folks helping out as well. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir. That's true. It's a great opportunity. They also teaches them the arts administration process in this period, and I think that's kind of a microcosm of how the Manship Theater works. Using theater or using the arts as a means to give back to the community, and I think the students really grasp onto that, and I think they really appreciate the opportunity to get a chance to do that.
I read in your brief your theme is Unlocking Autism this year. Exactly what will the funds go for? Yeah,
so Unlocking Autism is a group that promotes local advocacy for autism. They use the funds to promote legislation to promote the lives of students with autism and the families that are affected by autism. For example, they're helping develop funds for the Whitlow Transition Center in Center, Louisiana, which helps students right out of high school transition into the workforce with autism. So it's a really good cause. It should be a great show too.
Very, very interesting. Andre, who's off camera here, has a son with autism, and my friend JP in California. Two very different things, but if you do the speech therapy and you do the things, you can have a mainstream life, and it's great that y'all are involved in that.
Yeah, it's great. It's really exciting work they're doing.
Okay, well, people want to know about this performance. Give us some contact info, how they can get tickets, etc.
Yeah, they can definitely go online to our website at manshiptheater.org, or they can call our box office at 225-344-0334. And we have tickets available until March 2nd. Hope to see you guys out there, though.
And your email if students want to participate next year?
Yeah, my email is nthompson@manshiptheater.org.
All right, Noel, thank you. Good luck with the program.
Thanks so much,
coming
Jason.
on.
Appreciate it.
We're going to take a peek at one of our great sponsors here at Cox Ford. Is Peak Performance Physical Therapy. Great guys. Take a look.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we're now starting our 15th year here in the Baton Rouge area. Of course, we're in Baton Rouge, Denham Springs, Brewley, and in Dutchtown, Geismar area as well. Started off as a single clinic back in 1999. We were over on Industrialplex Boulevard, where our main office still is located. And then we've grown slowly to kind of meet the needs of our patients and the physicians in the area. We treat a lot of athletes. We treat athletes from high schools to college to professional, but a lot of the athletes we treat are everyday weekend warriors, what we call. And recreation and sports as a recreational activity has exploded in the past few years, and in the time that we've been treating patients, a lot more people are now becoming more active and participating more in sports. So at Peak Performance, we're able to treat not only athletes that are in structured competition, but we treat a lot of people who just get out on the weekends and do a lot of things that just to have fun and to try to stay in shape. Physical therapists are known for putting their hands on people. It starts with our evaluation. It moves into our treatment strategies. We do joint mobilizations, we do stretching, which is kind of the therapeutic part of massage. We do A-stem, which is a soft tissue mobilization tools. We also do things like dry needling, which all of this involves hands-on contact between the therapist and the patient. One of the next aspects of our philosophy is the exercise and education portion of the treatment. And you know, a lot of places will give you an exercise sheet, or you can look online and you can get exercises to do. But if you really don't have a good understanding of exactly what you're trying to do and maybe why you're doing it, then it's kind of hard to follow up on those exercises and to really get the best results. Our therapists work very, very closely with specifically instructing on certain exercises, and education is a part of that. We want the patients to understand why we're doing certain exercises. We want them to understand what we're trying to get out of it and what the ultimate goal is and how we progress them. It helps a lot with our home programs. You know, a lot of therapy is compliance with home exercise. And, you know, we found that if people really understand what they're doing and they're a little more actively involved in their treatment process, then the results end up being much better. One of the programs we use at Peak for our post-rehab exercise is called our exercise program, which really just refers to kind of like a prescription exercise program. And what we basically are able to do is transition patients out of a rehab setting and into an independent exercise setting with some supervision and with the knowledge of how they can progress their program and prevent their injuries from happening again, along with preventing, you know, other problems that are associated with some of the higher end programs. All of the exercise programs out there have benefits, but some of the CrossFit style programs, for a lot of people, they're a little bit high level and they can cause some injuries. So what we try to do is give people the right foundation so that they can continue their exercise program at whatever level they choose to. If you go to a physician and physical therapy is part of your treatment plan, it's kind of like a prescription that you would fill at a pharmacy. You basically have a choice as to what pharmacy you want to go to fill your prescription. Physical therapy is the same way, and a lot of people, if they know somebody, if they've been to a therapy practice before and they're comfortable with it, they are able to ask the physician to, you know, to send them to that particular practice. At Peak, we want people to know who we are, and we want them to know where we are. And a lot of our business is actually repeat patients who have seen us at some time in the past, and they elect to ask the physician to come back to Peak Performance again. One of the concerns that a lot of our patients have is, how do I get to therapy? I have to come 2 or 3 days a week. Really hard to fit into a busy schedule. So what we've developed over the years at Peak is basically our extended hours, where most clinics open by 7 o'clock. We're usually treating until 6 o'clock or after a lot of times. Our locations, or we try to spread the locations out to make it as convenient as possible, whether you're coming from home or whether you're coming from work. We try to work in any way that we can around a person's schedule so that they're able to, you know, be as compliant with the treatment program as possible. For more information on Peak Performance Physical Therapy, you can call any one of the clinic locations. They'll be glad to give you any information that you need. You can also check us out on the web at peakphysicaltherapy.com or check out our Facebook page.
We're going to step away for just a moment. When we come back, Lynn Clark from Habitat for Humanity is here to talk about 3 great spring events. Stay with us.